Singapore has so much to offer, and today I just want to show you a little tiny bit of it. Orchard Road. It's one of the greatest streets in Singapore, and it's a mix between luxurious and budget haven. You get Louis Vuitton, Dior, Gucci and really cheap stores as well. It's known for its good food because you have a lot of restaurants, food courts, etc. By the way, those are my favorite trees. So cool that you have a tree and then something grows on the tree as well. In Singapore you have a lot of overpasses and sometimes like this where you are protected from the rain and the sun. Singapore is so green. Everywhere you have plants and trees and little parks. Okay, let me know if I'm the only one seeing it. Is it just me or does it look like something else? It's the end of October right now and the Christmas decorations are already starting. Christmas on a great street. And maybe there will be the Christmas tree. In some areas you are only allowed to smoke in designated smoking areas. And to be honest, it looks kind of funny when it's so crowded and people are gathering there to smoke a cigarette. This is a new food court which just opened, I guess a couple of weeks ago, and it's packed. It's busy, but most of the food courts are packed, so that's not really unusual. But when you come to Singapore, you have to go to as many food courts as you can, because they are so good and they are cheap. You have underpasses really often where you can cross the street. They are confusing and complicated. It's hard to navigate your way through it, but they are also, of course, really clean, and you have a lot of shops, restaurants. It's like a whole other world downstairs. Look at those prices. It's not that Singapore is so expensive. You can get really cheap food. By the way, often you get a QR code you can scan to order your food. When you order lunch set menu, often you get miso soup and some salad with it. They make the salad always with a sesame dressing. And it's really good. Look at this. You have caviar, salmon. I don't know what that is. Maybe tofu? I don't know. And the rice underneath. Still no idea if it's tofu or not. It's really good, especially for the price, like $13. That's insane. In Singapore there are a lot of really luxurious malls with Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Dior, and then there are malls that are not that luxurious. This week is Halloween and I'm trying to find a good costume which is not too warm and without a mask. So let's see what we find. I already discovered the store I want to go to, so wish me luck they have something nice. Looks promising. You cannot try on the clothes and they look a little bit dirty, but let's see if we find something.
There's a hat, like a brownish reddish hat, like a brim hat.
Okay, no luck with that. They were a little bit more expensive, but you cannot try it on. And then I don't want to risk it and buy something for $70 and then it doesn't even fit. And so often they only have one size, but I'm tall, so I don't want to risk it. Let's see if we find something else anywhere. But yeah, this mall is so different from other Singaporean malls because most of them are really like luxurious. This one is a little bit more like a budget haven, except when it comes to costumes. I mean, $70 is not too bad, but when you cannot try it on. Okay, I was wrong. You also have Louis Vuitton, Chanel, and everything here in this mall. When you see prices with plus, it means that you still have to pay 10% service charge and 10% taxes. So the prices in the menu are always without those two things. So be aware that sometimes when you feel like, oh, it's pretty cheap, at 20%. Okay, there were only restaurants. I don't want to go to a restaurant. I thought it's the entrance to the mall, but maybe it was. But there was security and I was like, oh my gosh, okay, whatever. I will leave. Life for social exile. Look at the Christmas decoration already. I'm now going to Lucky Plaza, which is one of my favorite malls, if you can say that. Not because it's so beautiful, but because there's Venus and Value, two really cheap shops when it comes to cosmetics and some food or household essentials. So let's see if we find here a costume first of all, and maybe just some other nice things, but remember those two stores. But in Value you can only pay with a Singaporean card, so you need to have one. Maybe also with cash, I'm not sure. But at least you cannot pay with another card. I mean, look at the prices. Then it's so much cheaper than the Watson's or Guardian. I can only recommend that when you wanna go shopping or need something, that you go in malls like this, like Lucky Plaza, Far East Plaza. I'm always going wrong when I wanna go to the Value because here it ends. So back downstairs, okay. Even though those malls are a little bit confusing, they are cheap. So I can only recommend when you look for something, first come here if you want to save some money. It was correct where I was going. Like I said, they are a little bit confusing, but I feel like every mall here is confusing, or at least for me, because I have no orientation whatsoever. So it's always a little bit hard to find where I want to go. And the food court here looks so nice. Really colorful. Wow, it is so cheap. I'm looking for a fan. It's only $2.50. So I will buy one.
Yeah, so tired. Oh my god, hell yeah. It's nice. They don't feel very tired.
Okay, it's yellow. I want to have yellow. Okay, everyone is just yellow. So before I go through everyone, I will just take a yellow one. Whatever. In the end it doesn't matter, but I wanted to have a pretty one, but that's okay. One thing about Orchard Road, it's not that easy to cross because I wanna go to this side. But I cannot just cross the road. So you either have to take the underpass, which is a little bit confusing, or you walk till you find an overpass. There is the Lucky Plaza, the mall we just went. And then you have Rolex here. And Balenciaga and Prada and the really luxurious shops. So it's really a mixture of everything. So let's take a look at the more luxurious malls. Isn't it crazy that all the expensive stores are so empty? I mean, it's kind of nice because you have a lot of space and probably they only need to sell like one piece of clothes and in comparison to cheaper stores, but I don't know, just realized it. And you have Roboter here. In case you're getting hungry, there's enough food in the malls. You have cafes, you have restaurants, you have everything. So, and it's cool here, so you don't have to sit in the heat. But actually okay, now I'm lost. Where am I? Okay, no, okay, sorry. Like I said, sometimes it's confusing. I prefer sitting outside actually. I know sometimes it's really, really hot and then it's nicer when you have AC, but I don't know. When it's good weather, I want to enjoy the weather. Maybe that's also like a German European thing, because as soon as the sun shines, you go outside. Because I'm not understanding this more. I want to go down, but well, it's going up. Yeah, because as soon as the sun is shining, you're going outside. Because otherwise you wasted a day. Okay, now I have to, this is also going up. I have to go back. Not easy. So, by the way, you should always bring an umbrella, especially with UV protection, because the sun here is burning. Like, it's way hotter than in other places. So everybody tries to walk in the shadow. Everybody's standing in the shadow having an umbrella. I do the same every time the traffic light is red. You just have to stand in the shadow. This building looks so weird. Like, kinda like there are pieces missing, you know, like the whole wall is just missing. By the way, if you need a costume, then Singapore is not the place to go. I only found one store, the one I showed, and that's it. Which most of the time doesn't even matter, but just because it's close to Halloween, I want to make that sure. When I first came to Singapore, I kind of thought about it like a really beautiful picture. It's nice to look at, but there's nothing deep, nothing behind it. Because Singapore, for me personally, the first few impressions were like this. Like, yeah, it looks pretty, but there's not much to do, there's not much going on, there's not much happening. But I feel like you kind of have to get to know Singapore a little bit more and dive more deeply into it, and then you realize how much it has to offer, how much is happening, and that it is in fact vibrant and alive. It's just in comparison to Thailand, Vietnam, etc. It's a little bit different, but that doesn't mean that it's not interesting or anything. You just really have to give it a chance. And I can show you the traffic light screen, a really nice street where I can go to, where you can just enjoy Singapore. Emirate Hill. Here you find a lot of bars, cafes, and it's just a really cute street. Oktoberfest. I actually went to Oktoberfest here and it was so much fun and really authentic. They even had a German band and it was so cool. And yeah, let me show you the bars here. Still closed. That's a big line, okay, I guess something's happening there. You know what I like about this street? Like, it's not big or anything, but it looks really, really pretty. And right next to it you have the skyscrapers. The doors all look like in a Western saloon. To be honest, I don't even know if people live there. I mean, I would think so, because there are also a lot of cars and parking spaces. But I don't know. I don't want to say anything wrong. It's the same in every place, but when you're only here as a tourist, you most certainly will miss out the best parts. But I mean, how would you know? Because when you're a tourist, of course you do the touristic stuff as well, because the touristic stuff is cool. But yeah, if you have the chance, come to Emirate Hill. It's really nice. Up there is where I want to go. Let's see if we find it. These malls are so confusing, but I found what I was looking for. Not the rooftop, but the library. Oh. Okay, exit only. See, it's so confusing. Here you have a vending machine where you can buy ice cream, cup noodles, chips, snacks, drinks, and this orange juice. That looks cool. Indoor camping experience. Maybe I have to look into it, because that looks very interesting. Like, can you just camp there or what? Where's the library? There's the library. Okay, the library is hosting Heart and Soul, whatever. But you need to buy tickets and I'm not really in the mood right now. So, well, no library. And all the views are like, oh my gosh, thank God. I didn't want to see the library anyway, but I wanted to. So let's find the rooftop garden, because honestly I don't know why malls are so confusing to me here, but maybe we find it. It's not exactly the rooftop where I wanted to go, but still a nice view. Look at this cafe. That looks cool, with the trees and plants and stuff. So Singapore really has a lot to offer. You just sometimes have to find it. It's a little bit confusing because you have two malls here basically. So when you come inside, you have Oxford Central, and on the other side, Somerset. It's a little bit confusing, but okay. I'm not the best guide when it comes to malls, but that's okay. This was only one area in Singapore. So if you want to see more of Singapore and how I travel the world, then hit the subscribe button. And I hope you liked that video, and I hope you have a good one. Bye!